Hey guys, it'll be a minute, so give us a few minutes and we will get everything set up. I'm half eating and trying to get through stuff, so just give us a few minutes. I'll let Miss Munoz talk. Maybe Miss Munoz can do her little synopsis before I start the review, like she always does.
Sure. Sounds great. Hello, everyone. Hope you had a successful trading day. Um, Let me just share my screen here with y'all and look at FinViz, our favorite synopsis website here of finance. All right, people. So today we had the CPI report and it kind of made the market go crazy up at the beginning of the day. You can clearly see here, especially with the Dow, it jumped up, but then it went down. But basically, it was negative for the Dow, 0.80%. NASDAQ was 0.10%. S&P 500 was 0.19%. And Russell 2K really, I guess, based on this, didn't really move. From our little map, heat index map, whatever you want to call it, you can see it was kind of like a Christmas decoration here, green and red, but mostly red all over the place, especially the softy here, negative 1.7%. So if you had a short on this, you did fantastical. Also, if you had Oracle, NVDA didn't really do that much, I guess. It just kind of stayed flat-ish. And same with Apple. Uh, Amazona was negative today, negative 1.51. Meta as well. Meta did like a little nosedive. So it was a good short, especially if you had started shorting it yesterday. You can see that the financial markets were red. And please keep an eye on this because Bank of America and the banks, let me see who else is going to have earnings tomorrow. But I know it's the banks. Let me just go NASDAQ earnings calendar real quick here and give you that tidbit of news, if you will. Let's see. If you go to NASDAQ.com and then you go to where it says earnings, you can see that if you go to tomorrow, sorry, Wednesday, because tomorrow is Wednesday, you're going to have Bank of America, Wells Fargo, and Citigroup at the beginning of the day before the market opens, and you're going to have home bank shares in the night, also United Community Banks in the morning. So this section here should be looked at probably more tomorrow. The banks are pretty high, especially Bank of America. Mrs. Green here, Miss Green can take a look at that maybe in her chart. Google 0.82%. Walmart, man, did excellent today, up to 11%. I'm not sure if there was some news or whatever, but that looks interesting to me. Walmart did a little um, jumpity jump. I wonder why. I'm not sure if it had earnings or anything, but I don't think so. Um, what else? XOM, CVX, keep an eye on this as well. It's really low, guys, so it could continue to go a little bit down, but it is, I believe it is at a good price to pay to buy. Um, if you keep an eye on it, if it goes a little bit lower, make sure you keep an eye on it to get some shares for you for the long run, because it will go up. Real estate looks like it's picking up a little bit, not really. Utilities were green. So yeah, for the most part, technology and the financial sector, community, consumer cyclical, I guess here, was kind of like red here, especially in the technology. So yeah, that's the synopsis for today. And that's basically it. Miss Green, I hand it over to you now, unless you want me to keep going.
All right, thank you for that. You allowed me to have my hot dog. And yeah. Um, so, um, this thing is called Moderna. If
Went
you guys
crazy too. That
remember
went crazy.
COVID, you'll remember this. So it moved like freaking what, $5 almost or something. So, something weird happened with this, especially since it's funny because I remember when this thing was like what, $300 or something? Like, let's see. Okay. This got to like $500, Elisa, and now it's 40. Um, so that tells you everything. And it was mainly meeting earnings, except for a few times.
Never heard about
Um,
something. Yeah.
the only problem now is that the last few earnings, they are not making money. And I guess after COVID, which is kind of sad, but I guess they say a lot of pharmaceuticals what do that, right? They uh they have to have one big drug that helps them out uh to get them back in the running. Like during this time, it seems like they were all like doing well, like cray cray during COVID time, making money hand over fist. And now they're in the losing section. But people, don't worry. Don't get your undies in a bundle. We will surely have another COVID. And then people can make money again. So anyway, there must have been some news on this. I'm not following it. If people are following it and they have something to say, please send us a comment. If we want to even talk on the show about Moderna and what's going on with it. It had been going down tremendously for a long time. Basically since it topped off in mid 2021. And then all of a sudden it just bumped up. It had been slowly going up since December, it looks like. Um, and now I don't know if this is a breakout or if it's just um gonna come back, but I'm sure someone has been following it. I was in this right here. This is called Intel. This was one of the hot stocks, the stocks that was moving. There was something with the chips. Elisa can probably explain it better. Why Intel, AMD, and all those people were going up. Um, and basically, I did short this, believe it or not, and I shorted it from here to here. And this is my 12 o'clock window. That I always talk to Miss Munoz about when I like to, if there's a strong stock, um, that I like and I've been going up on it all day. If I feel like I want to just do a short just to have something to do for lunch, I'll do a quick short, either through options or just short it manually. And 47, 48 down to like 46.87. And I only did this for about like, I want to say, it said it started to come back up, but I probably started it right before 12 and then got out like around maybe like 12:15 or so, somewhere like here or something like that. I probably should have got out earlier, but hey, this is what happened. This was all long up here, and then this was when it reached the 10:30, and it went down a little bit earlier. Usually I would expect to come down between 11:15, 11:30. But it nosedived a little earlier, and then I went long. Then I shorted here, made most of my money, and then I didn't deal with this the rest of the day. Um, so yeah. So, Miss Munoz, do you know why all the chips were jumping up like crazy today? Um, it was in the notices. I just can't remember
I
what
didn't
was
hear
the
notices
issue.
today. I'm sorry.
Um, I saw it even though we didn't read it, but I saw it. But anyway, so looking at this chart, Miss Munoz, like, how would you see this candle? Would you look at this as potentially up or like down, or it doesn't mean anything to you?
Um, it's very, I would say it's more neutral, but with a more of a hanger twist to it. Like it's leaning more towards hanger, but I would say it's more neutral based on the on this chart.
And as
But
much as it went up.
I would say it has more of a hangerish sentiment, but it is kind of neutral because both wicks are kind of evenish.
Mm-hmm.
But it is looking more
The
hangerish to
hanger
me,
is more
like
intense.
pronounced, a little bit
Yeah.
more pronounced. But I wouldn't say it's like a dead hanger, but
Mm-hmm.
I would say I would be leaning more towards it, but it is more, it's neutralish as
I
well.
would say this. If tomorrow morning it's at the top of this wick, 48 something, I'd probably try a quick short if the
Mm-hmm.
market's a little bit weird or whatever. But
Mm-hmm.
um ultimately this was a nice stop. It was very strong today. Let's see, let's look at something like uh this should be similar. Um, this is similar. I like Intel for some reason a little bit more because this was a little bit weaker, it seems like AMD, and it came down for a little bit longer, but eventually it came up and stayed above VWAP. The only thing with Intel, you could make your money earlier, which is what I like. And it looks like maybe Intel did a lot of its movement in the pre-market, post and pre-market, from where it closed, and it looks like, and the pre-market, that's when it got up. So if you had held AMD from the night before, you would have made the money versus Intel gave you a little bit more um during trading hours. What else did we have other than that? Let's try NVDA. Uh, okay. NVDA, a little bit more weird also. It kind of went the opposite, went down, and it did come up, so you could make money. It was just um not it was not on my time frame. My 9:30 to 10 or 10 to not 10 to 10:30 time frame. Um And then at 12, it did come down. So if you stayed in it, you could have made money. But this would have been a little bit scary to me because if I see some under VWAP by 10:30, it tends to scare me. Um, so I probably, knowing me, would have stayed in something like that. Um, and yeah, and I don't like the way this looks. It's at the 50-day moving average already. So it could easily come back up, but you have to be wary that it could come back down to the 200. moving day average. Let me see what Miss Munoz might call these last two candles. Um, she may
Angerish.
call them hangers. So, even though it went up, but it seems very like it's trying to push down, trying to push down.
Hmm.
So it's something that I will watch out for. And maybe if you're looking for a short, then it may be something you may want to consider.
Hmm.
Would you agree with that? Or do you have anything to add?
I agree. It was, you can see that that chart for today was very volatile, kind of like it's a perfect, if you look at the 1 minute, it's a great representation of what a math is. That's called a bell curve. If you want to show an example of a bell curve, this is the graph to show. But it also tells me it was buyers were strong, but so were sellers, and especially sellers kind of won in a way. You know what I mean?
Um,
Um,
Maybe you could put on the notes, Miss Munoz, potential NVDA short question mark. Because I'm curious. Of all three, AMD, Intel, and NVIDIA, it obviously seemed like this one was the weaker one. All right. So we looked at Intel, we looked at AMD. Piton, it's up to $7. That means my what you call it is worth caca. My short option for three
what
and
do you
four
have it
dollars.
at? What do you have it at?
$3 and $4 strike price.
Okay. I
Um,
hate, let's just say this. Don't buy this trash.
yes,
Okay, guys.
don't get
I
into
have it because I'm just waiting for it to die somehow because I'm still negative on it, but don't even bother with trash. Okay? It's a waste of your time and money. And I can't stress this enough. Even if you get tempted by trash, just eject yourself from that. Just don't even look at it because that's why I'm gonna start being strict on Miss Green and just getting rid of all of this trash that we have here so we don't even get tempted of the idea. Because this is the result of what
I won't
happens when,
comment on it. I'll just keep it. So when it gets down to 5 cents, just
yes,
to keep
because you
it.
have it, but at the same time, what I'm trying to let people avoid is mistakes from people who have made mistakes. That's all,
As of
guys.
this Friday, the 16th, I won't have it anymore. Um, Coin, good day today, but who cares? Taco, aka Trader, Tractor Supply.
Uh-huh.
Um, decent day. A Robin Hood, good day. Target. Okay, let's check on our Streetwalker here. Target is positive,
Oh, it's
not
kind of flat.
because it did anything during the day, but because it bounced up during the pre-market. And overall, it has hit a level, it looks like. So
Hmm.
we were over here under 85. It was basically on life support. And it looks like this new level. It's hit the I'm gonna call this the 110 level. Um, and that it kept hitting before and that it had bounced to and came up. So now the question is, can it bounce here and come up, or will it fall back down? And that's the question you have to ask yourself. Because
Can
this
you go
has
up? Can
been,
you go?
huh?
Can you like I want to see what that candle looks like, the last candle.
Oh, yes, I'll squeeze in just a minute so you can see the details. So overall, this has been trending down since its heyday of 250, and it stopped at a level, then just tanked, stopped at the level, tanked, stopped at another level, and then tanked back to its old level. And now it decided to come up. It didn't tank again. It came back up. Okay, so you may say, all right, this is the baseline COVID 2020, which makes sense because why would it be lower than that? Even though it did right here get under this freaking 85. But that's what you would say. So now the question is, would you believe it to come back? Or do you believe this is weak? Or has it stayed at this bottom support? Some people will argue, boom, 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 tried to come up, came back down here, tried to come up even less, came back down here. Um, it's trying to come up and it got to this area where was a peak. Could it
Hmm.
come back down? It could
I think
easily come
so.
back down, people.
I
So
think so.
even though it looks like it, hey, it got to a level, but the thing that scares me is the fact that the lows kept getting lower. So maybe this is a false breakout point for people. Um, if you like as a short, I could see a person taking a year contract and saying, "Bitch, this is over."
I like
Um,
it as a short.
yes, me too, Miss Williams.
It is a very, this is what you would call a hanger. Like it's staring you right in the eye. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's the
Miss
definition of a hanger. And
Williams,
it's right, if you can see, guys, it's right at the ceiling. And the higher it is, and at the ceiling, that's even better for a hanger.
Miss Williams, could you put this in our notes?
It's already
Um,
been put on the notes because I knew you would
okay.
like it.
Tarjay and do a 110, call it a 110 short. But that's something that looking at it at first glance, you may say, oh, it's moving up. But then if you look at it in more detail, you would be like, this bitch
Can you
not
look at this on minute, please, again?
it's this business is coming down.
If
And
you can see that for most of the day, it was below VWAP.
and this could be a false jump up, which they do all the time, people. And they'll things will come up, people, for a day or two, but they could still be trending down. So, um, so yes, so just do this at your own risk, at your own will. But I do agree with Miss Munoz, and I like this as a short. And so we have our notes. That's I'm glad I looked at the streetwalker. Um, someone on a Boso said that this may be the best moving stock for 2026. Um,
What?
it may like they're doing this contest, Miss Munoz, where they
Were you looking at Tesla?
no Boeing.
Oh, Boeing. I keep getting
The
it confused with
Bosos are doing this contest where they're trying to see who how can you say uh what stock's gonna move the most, make the most moves, and
okay.
like come up the highest percent. And
Hmm.
somebody had picked Boeing. And I don't
Hmm.
know who, because they're gonna show it like on a chart with everything formally, but they were just calling the names. And somebody in the group who was participating in the contest picked Boeing. And
I
you can see this is very strong,
say
even
that.
though you have this little wick down. I still would not want to risk
Purchase.
it because it may come down. It's broken past a level here, and it's just by nature, it will be coming up. Um, and even when it was terribly weak, this level here, it never came down and hit this level. It just got close to that. So this tells me that overall it's not as weak as we would like it to be or would think it to be. So this could be, even though the indications that it's a hanger now, this could be an indication, as you can see, it likes this area, likes it again, and then could break out. But as you
Yeah, I
can
think it already
see,
did break out because it already broke that area that you put.
well, it broke it one time, but it's just like, is this gonna continue up or is it gonna like stay, you know? But it looks like overall we could be coming back up. So long term, if you're looking at this like um a year plus, I probably want 2 years on this. Just knowing me. Uh Minimum a year,
Yeah.
2027.
And
I
you can
probably
see
do
that,
2027 like March, April, May, June of 2027.
man, if anybody was listening to Miss Green when she was speaking at when it was at 180, that was actually the best price to get it at. Look at that. She got it
Mm-hmm.
right on the mark, 180. If you got it at 180 and it's
Mm-hmm.
244, that was where you had to get it. And if you
Yeah.
did, good job.
You could be getting out now or at least get out half of it.
Mm-hmm.
See if it comes back. Walmart did good, but I'm not gonna talk about that because we don't really trade it and Walmart's all over the place. If you hold Walmart, it will go up. Um, XOM, okay, they look good, but they are fighting with Trump and Trump didn't like what they said, so they could be slapped on the wrist. They may have to kiss the ring again. Um, so Netflix, obviously it has split. Um, and it's coming down, but it's going to rebound. We need to get eventually a level here. Um, we may look here the way this is going. Um, this is old, this area here. I'm gonna put it here, only from the top here. And this was kind of strong, but we'll exclude this to
I
the
agree on
bottom
60.
here.
Yeah, try to get at 60, guys. That's a good price.
Um, so
And you can see that
Netflix is starting to turn.
it's already starting. Yeah, exactly. Starting to turn.
Um, and it had a bad earnings. But this as a shorty short. Do Netflix as a potential short at least. Might as well take advantage of it. It missed earnings, yeah. Um, Google, that was doing good yesterday. Um, I'm not gonna go through this. I've been talking a lot already. Let's just look at the negativos. Snow, caca. American Airlines,
Yeah.
kind of caca the way it's been acting. So,
People need
um,
to get clean this trash.
yes, it seems like it's going down. It came back up. Maybe it'll come back up again. For earnings. Well, for the Chris because of the Christmas season. But that's when I've told Louise about. I always tell him, I said, you have to always know it goes up around this time. Um, so I would have told him to get something in like the new year. between January and March that he could get out of, and it'd probably be positive already because of this move up. Um, let's see. So Travelers, Kava has been doing very good. I tried to get out of it. I wanted to get to 72 again, and then I'm gonna leave. Um, but yeah, if it can just tip this, I'm gonna be K18 out of here. Because I think it's gonna go back down
Hmm.
for obvious reasons, similar to
Yeah,
what
I
we
think it
talked
is gonna
about.
go. I think it is gonna go back down.
Um, DraftKings, trying to wait for it to come up for the so-called Super Bowl, even though it has to trend down. But this is the time of year where it usually comes up.
When
So,
does it expire?
March
Okay.
16th.
Hmm.
So I'm hoping and praying. So yeah, so let's see how things go. Now that I'm thinking about it, I wish I had got it to like June or July, but hey, it is what it is. Um, Kava, all this stuff, everything else is negative. Meta, MU, DraftKings, it's not gonna be all crazy. But it's there, Amazon, Microsoft. They're just continuing. Um, EBC, we've always liked this. Seems to be coming up into another zone. Um, could be breaking out soon. It seems like it's gotten from here to this area here. So I would expect it to break out and get into this zone again. So, that's it, guys. Unless Miss William wants me to go after something, review something specific, I think I'm done. Um, I really had a good day with I did TQQ, I did Intel was really nice for me. TQQ, I believe, was the opposite of Intel. Yes, I was shorting TQQ. So sometimes I like to do stuff that I can short and at the same time go long on. So I have opposite points of view, or the stock's developing from a different point of view. This was a good short. I got out, and then I didn't come back in for the long. I probably should have came back in for the short. It was right at my time frame, at the 12 time frame, which I love this short time frame like crazy. And then I actually love this build up time frame from like 10:30 to 12 or 11 to 12. I love that. Um, but other than that, that's it. Anything, Miss Munoz?
Nope, sounds good.
All right, peace out, guys. Like, subscribe. If you have any questions, please send us a message and we'll try to answer them. If someone wants to talk about Moderna, if you've been following it or have some information on what's going with Moderna, let us know and we'll let you on the show. Thank you very much. Peace out, and we will see you mañana.
Peace.